The first rays of sunlight struggle to pierce the thick jungle canopy above, lingering instead on the upper reaches of tall trees festooned with emerald green vines and broad leaves. The result is a dim, even light show filtered through a sea of leaves, dappling the thick jungle floor with shifting patches of gold and green. The scene is so still, so silent, it seems timeless. And yet time moves here, clinging to the face of an ancient tree as it ages, leaf by leaf, year by year. And it moves in the steady steps of a lone man moving purposefully through the trees. This is his domain. His footfall is silent on the damp earth, barely disturbing the fallen leaves or the teeming insects hiding within. His body is lean and muscular, fit and wiry, from years spent moving through these same trees. Though he walks barefooted, the ground is soft beneath his tread, cushioned by fallen debris and damp earth. He wears only a loincloth of woven plant fiber and a necklace of bone and stone. A single spear is balanced easily on his shoulder, strapped to his chest with thongs of hide. In his hand, a shorter staff is topped with a broad leaf that he uses to brush sweat from his brow and shield his eyes against the weak sunlight. He is pausing now, standing motionless, listening intently. The sounds of the jungle seem to recede, hushed and distant. For a moment, only the buzzing of insects and the sighing of the wind remain. He listens, heart beating softly. And when he moves again, it is to turn and walk away, melting back into the trees. He emerges into a small clearing, revealing 5 other humans, and 3 pairs of keen eyes turn to him, waiting patiently. A young woman rises, her lean form graceful as she comes to meet him. Her body is painted with stripes of charcoal and white clay, her long black hair decorated with feathers and beads. In her hand, she holds up 3 silvery fish, glistening in the dim light. She smiles brightly, showing strong white teeth, and opens her mouth to speak. But the man shakes his head, pointing toward the eastern horizon. With a final nod, he returns to the trees, disappearing quickly into the thick foliage. The others turn back to their tasks, speaking in low voices, hands gesturing widely, their movements patient and practiced. They are working together, all of them, to make ready for the day ahead. The sky above has begun to lighten, though still no direct sunlight touches the clearing. From this camp, a shallow depression in the ground is surrounded by a rough circle of sharpened wooden stakes. Between them, broad palm fronds have been woven together with vines and strips of bark to form a tight, sturdy shelter, tied shut with tough fibers to keep out the rain and the wind. Near the entrance, a scattering of rocks serves as a hearth and holds the remnants of yesterday's fire. Beside it, a sturdy staff is propped upright, while opposite the entrance, a pair of tripping vines is anchored securely to 2 lengths of wood sunk into the ground. When disturbed, they will pull taut, sending a sharp barb into the leg of any unwary passerby. Before long, the clearing is bustling with activity, though there are no shouts or loud noises, only the murmur of voices. A young girl, her body streaked with charcoal, runs through the trees, chasing after butterflies. She stops, reaching out a hand to try to catch one, and giggles when it flutters away. Nearby, a man digs patiently into the packed soil with a pointed stick, while a woman stands behind him, leaning down to pick up any useful roots he turns up, tucking them into her own woven basket. Another man, older, his muscles corded and scarred, is checking their snares set in the undergrowth nearby. As he does, he bends down to run a finger along a broken twig, testing its resilience. Finally, he straightens up, grunting softly, and nods to himself, satisfied. In the distance, a large male howls, the sound echoing across the clearing. Everyone pauses, their heads turning slowly toward the sound. Then life begins again in the camp, and work continues until the sunlight strengthens and the birds take to the sky in squawking flocks. The people prepare themselves now to leave their home among the trees and venture into the wider world. As the sun climbs higher, the dense jungle canopy overhead can no longer hold back its rays, and the undergrowth is filled with warm light. All the humans gather near the fire, their bodies decorated with paints of charcoal, white clay, and ochre. Each carries a weapon, spears and bows and arrows fletched with eagle feathers. Their pace is slow, deliberate, purposeful, eyes sharp and watchful. The man who returned at dawn walks at the front, his senses keen and alert. The young woman with the fish follows closely behind. The others fall in behind them, 2 men and 2 women, with the youngest trailing after, clutching a small spear. They have been moving for some time now, crossing a small stream, climbing over fallen trunks and pushing aside leafy vines. The man pauses again, sniffing the air and turning his head toward the source of a faint, musky odor. He gestures to the others, and they scatter, fanning out and moving slowly and quietly into the trees, their eyes scanning the ground. They are searching for signs, anything that might betray the presence of others, anything that might mean danger. The man who had been leading them kneels beside a large rock, taking a flat stone from his belt pouch. He begins to sharpen his spear, scraping the stone back and forth with a rhythmic motion. The others continue to watch and wait in silence until he gives a slight nod, and they reform in their original positions, resuming their trek deeper into the woods. As the sun climbs higher, the humans stop. Now the man with the scar-strewn muscles spreads his arms wide, palms out, and the others copy him. They are forming a circle, linked together, backs touching. The man with the spear leads again, and they move on, walking slowly and steadily through the green maze of the jungle. He gestures to the others, and they halt, this time in a small open space. The man drops to one knee, probing the ground with a long stick, tapping out a hollow rhythm. The others disperse once more, moving carefully into the trees. The man with the spear waits patiently, watching the play of light and shadow on the ground, listening to the sounds of the forest until the others return with news. Then they reform and move on, disappearing into the thick foliage, becoming one with the living green walls of the jungle. Following the humans deeper into the heart of the forest, we find ourselves enveloped by the humid embrace of the jungle. Towering trees stand like ancient sentinels, their branches forming a dense canopy overhead that filters the sunlight into a mosaic of light and shadow on the forest floor. Here, a myriad of plants vie for space. Lianas and vines twist and climb, seeking the sun, while ferns and broad-leaved plants carpet the ground in shades of green. The air is alive with the buzz of insects, the screech of birds, and the rustle of unseen creatures moving through the underbrush. As we push deeper into this green labyrinth, the sounds of civilization fade, replaced by the symphony of the wild. It is a place where time seems to slow and the rhythms of nature dictate the pace of life. Emerging into a small clearing, we find a sprawling camp nestled amidst the trees. Huts made of woven bamboo and palm leaves dot the landscape, each offering a glimpse into the lives of those who call this place home. We pause, observing a group of villagers engaged in daily tasks. A young girl deftly weaves a basket from reeds, her nimble fingers working with practiced ease. An older woman grinds corn in a stone mortar, her rhythmic motions a testament to countless repetitions over the years. Men sharpen their tools, their movements precise and efficient, while others tend to a small vegetable patch, coaxing life from the fertile soil. Despite the solitude of their forest home, there's a sense of community here, a quiet strength that comes from shared responsibilities and a deep connection to the land. As we continue our journey, the sights and sounds of the jungle envelop us once more, and we carry with us the memory of the villagers and their harmonious existence within the embrace of the ancient woods.